Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. In today's video, I want to highlight you guys a free game that's available directly on Steam right now, and Princess Remedy 2 in a heap of trouble. Typically goes for $4.99, but you can add it to your library for free. Also, there's a free game over on Indie Gala in Silent Gentleman. Looks like a decent little title. It is an RPG Maker game, so I'll go over that quickly. And I do want to go over the Epic Game Store freebie as well. Always recommend, even if you're not the biggest fan of EGS, take advantage of the free offerings and add that to your library. And also, we have next week's offerings, which are very, very good. And I want to round out the video by taking a look at some pretty good deals available right now. A free-to-play for the weekend, as well as a great deal on Fallout 3 Game of the Year Edition, as well as Hitman 2. And I want to do a little bit of shilling from Humble Monthly again, since why not? It's a great deal. So first up, let's go over the Steam freebie. Princess Remedy 2 in a heap of trouble is the freebie. It's $4.99 typically, but it is free right now. It was received very well on Steam. 97% positive reviews based on 280 user reviews. Came out all the way back in 2016. Definitely has an old school look to it. Reminds me a lot of like the Pokemon games on Game Boy Color from a visual style. And it notes an enormous boss tower has sprung from the ground, lifting entire towns up with it. Now the people living on the tower are starting to contract all sorts of mysterious illnesses. Princess Remedy, still in Saturnine Healing School, must use her powers to heal everyone and defeat the boss tower. I would expect more of a charming game out of this one. The theme of love in this title is back, and this time Remedy can date anyone she's healed to have them accompany her on her travels. Each companion offers a different ability and healing mode, such as dash, homing shots, and injection, and more bosses, more secrets. A dance ball in a heap of trouble is the prequel to the critically acclaimed Princess Remedy in a World of Hurt, and that game is also available for free, so check that out. It's a freebie, and that game was received overwhelmingly positive, and the follow-up was released at $4.99, so you can get both titles for free. Might as well check it out. Both games are incredibly easy to run based on their visual style. They're nothing to write home about from a graphic standpoint. You could run this game on a frickin' toaster. So might as well add it to your Steam library and see what it's all about. I wanted to give that a mention since that's definitely going to go a little bit under the radar. Also, over on Indie Gala, they've got Silent Gentleman available for free. This is an RPG Maker title. It's $1.99. It's an adventure game based in a fictional German town. The player is put in the role of Uther, a young impoverished noble who resorted to stealing from the rich who passes through his town. No Steam reviews for this game, and it released back in April of this year. It's an RPG Maker title, so you can only say so much about it. Again, a freebie over on Indie Gala. I'll mention those rather quickly. Okay, the Epic Game Store titles are pretty good. This week it's just one title, and that is Surviving Mars, but as a freebie, I would say that Surviving Mars is a pretty good offer. I believe this game still goes for a decent price over on Steam, so it regularly goes for $29.99. It definitely has gone on sale in the past. It's a Paradox Interactive published title, so pretty interesting from that standpoint. Released back in March of 2018, and it is a city builder strategy title. There will be challenges to overcome. Execute your strategy and improve your colony's chances of survival while unlocking the mysteries of this alien world. Are you ready? Mars is waiting for you, so it says. Game was received pretty well, a 76 on Metacritic. All-time reviews have it pegged at mostly positive based on 5,653 user reviews. 76% positive. As you guys probably know with me, these city builder survival games aren't really my cup of tea unless it's a game like Frostpunk. Frostpunk was awesome, but haven't really played much of Surviving Mars, so I can't speak on it much from a personal standpoint, but given that it typically goes for $30 and it's available free right now, I would say that's a pretty good get. However, I really do want to talk about next week's offerings. Those are coming on October 17th, and they are very, very good. Alan Wake American Nightmare is the first game, and this was the follow-up to Alan Wake. It was a smaller game. It was a budget title, released at $15 as opposed to Alan Wake's initial $60 price point. It was a pretty good game in its own right. I enjoyed it. It's obviously not at the level of Alan Wake, given that it is a smaller budget title. It goes for $8.99 on Steam. Again, it released at $15. Has a mixed reception on Steam. I entirely don't agree with that. I don't know if that's a performance thing, but the game ran pretty well for me when I played it on PC. You have to go in it with your expectations in line. If you played Alan Wake and really enjoyed that, do expect more of the same. However, don't expect anything with as quality of storytelling. Next week on EGS, you're also getting two games. So on top of Alan Wake's American Nightmare, you're also getting Observer. Observer is an awesome game. It's a cyberpunk psychological horror title well, and it has a really interesting premise. What would you do if your fears were hacked? Observer is a cyberpunk horror game made from Bloober Team, the creators of Layers of Fear, so that's a really notable team. Play as an observer, the new frontline of neural police, as you hack into the jagged minds of the insane. You observe and report. You are Dan Lazarski, an elite neural detective known as an observer and part of a corporate-funded police unit whose purpose is to hack and invade suspects' minds. In this future, anything you think, feel, or remember can be used against you in the court of law. A dark dystopia. The year is 2084. If somehow you survive the nanophage, odds are you were killed in the war. Those who lived have turned to drugs, VR, neural implants, anything to distract themselves from this reality, but they can't hide from you. Interactive insanity. As you hack into the unstable minds of criminals and victims to look for clues, you will relive their darkest fears, forcing you to question your own reality and your own sanity. If you guys have ever watched the anime Psycho Pass, that's really what this game reminds me of in terms of a psychological aspect, not necessarily from a premise standpoint. They both have cyberpunk settings, and I love the cyberpunk setting. Obviously, Cyberpunk 2077 is going to elevate that setting and people being in tune with that setting as a whole. But Psycho Pass was a really well done anime, and it really went that psychological route and it delivered it in a great way. Observer tries to do the same thing, where it's been normalized for an observer to do these types of acts, but at some point you have to question, is this actually something that you want to do? And it was very similar to that in Psycho Pass, where they were reading people's minds, and if they were past a certain point, they could just kill them on the spot. It's a little bit insane, but nonetheless, I don't want to get into a monologue about Psycho Pass right now. Observer, on the other hand, has a 78 on Metacritic, very positive reception on Steam based on 2,748 user reviews, 82% positive, so pretty well received all around, and come next week, it'll be free alongside Alan Wake American Nightmare. Alright, lastly, I do want to highlight some deals available right now. Let's kick it off with Humble Monthly. Just want to quickly note that, again, if you want Spyro Reignited Trilogy, Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, Call of Duty World War II, $12, all three of them Steam keys. It's good. I'll leave a link in the description box below. I've been shilling for this for a while. I typically don't shill for Humble Monthly this hard, however, this one is so good, so insane from a value standpoint that I feel like it deserves the shilling, it warrants the shilling, and Spyro Reignited Trilogy just came out last month, and people are weird sometimes, and if like Steam puts Spyro Reignited Trilogy on sale like 50% off this week, I guarantee you that it's gonna end up as one of the top sellers on Steam, and people are not even gonna know that it's available through Humble Monthly. Check it out. I'll leave a link in the description box below. I obviously get a little bit of a kickback, so that's appreciated, but let's move on from that. Over on Steam right now, Hell Let Loose, an early access World War II first-person shooter, is enjoying a free-to-play weekend. It's a realistic World War II FPS with open battles of 100 players with infantry, tanks, artillery, a dynamically shifting frontline, and a unique resource-based strategic metagame. This is World War II at a scale you've never played before. The game is also enjoying a little bit of a discount. It's 20% off for $24, and of course it takes on 50v50 multiplayer across huge maps. Choose one of 14 playable roles with infantry, recon, and armor unit types, each equipped with different weapons, vehicles, and equipment. You can play as an officer, a scout, a machine gunner, a medic, engineer, tank, commander, and more to experience every aspect of World War II combat. Game has had a relatively mixed reception at this point. Recent reviews, that is, 234 Steam user reviews, 69%, so mixed and mostly positive all time. That's 3,584 Steam user reviews, 76% positive. As far as the player base right now, it's relatively active with 5,375 people online. I imagine a good portion of that is just utilizing the free weekend, but nonetheless, relatively active community, so check it out for yourself and see how you like it. Lastly, I do want to note two great Steam game deals over on Green Man Gaming right now. Hitman 2 is 65% off for $21.12. Hitman 2 is a really underrated game. Hitman in general has just lost a lot of its luster. I think Hitman 2016 did a lot of damage based on its episodic release pattern, and people did not really dig that. Hitman 2, you get an entire game from the get-go, although there is some DLC. It's a very good game, a very well-made stealth action title, and for $21.12, I would say it's really worth a buy. And then also Fallout 3 Game of the Year Edition, that is 62% off on Steam. It's Fallout 3. If you don't have it on your library, you really should add it. $7.52 for this one is really good. It does have a couple of issues on PC from what I've heard from other people. Personally, I didn't have any issues at all. And there are a lot of fixes online. If you spend like 2 minutes, you can get Fallout 3 working on any PC. Do not worry about that. Fallout 3 is a game that everybody everybody is going to do everything in their power to make sure it works at an optimal state on PC. And of course, PC version is fantastic. Mods, performance, all that good stuff. It is just really, really good. And many would look at Fallout 3 as the best game of the series. I think many would also look at New Vegas to be a better title. But whatever, I'll leave that debate for another day. $7.52 for the game is a great buy. And that's going to conclude this video. Again, a freebie in Princess Remedy 2 in a Heap of Trouble available right now on Steam. Another freebie in Silent Gentleman over on Steam. You've got Surviving Mars as a freebie over on Epic Game Store. Next week, we've got Alan Wake American Nightmare as well as Observer, which is awesome. Humble Monthly is great. Check it out. Link in the description box below. Hell Let Loose Free Weekend, Hitman 2, and Fallout 3 Game of the Year Edition deals in the description box as well. That's going to conclude this video. If you guys have a request for a future video, you can leave that in the comment section down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.